the last day of January, and we are past the halfway point of the season. Every game has big playoff implications at this point. I'm Chris Treft, and this is The U Show. On Friday evening, the Muskegon Lumberjacks headed west to take on the top team in the West in Waterloo. It was a high-scoring, crazy game that you have to see the highlights to believe. Crazy enough, we only saw one goal in the first when Ryan Derkulik notched his 7th of the season. Griffin Ness kept the Hawks' momentum going in the second and ripped a shot off the crossbar and in to double the home side's lead. The Jacks got on the board for the first time in the second with a nice passing play finished off by Dylan Wendt. Griffin Ness got the lead back to 2 goals for Waterloo with his second of the game. You seeing a trend here? Yes, this isn't the last time you'll hear from Mr. Ness. Muskegon got back to within 1 later in the second. Christoph Filion found A.J. Hodges with a beautiful pass, and the Union College commit put the puck top shelf on the mini breakaway. The Blackhawks would go back up by 2 again early in the third. Xander Lampa was the beneficiary of a great passing display by Waterloo. Ness earned an assist on the play, which was good for his 4th point of the game. With under 8 minutes to go, the visitors got one back again and made it a 1-goal game. It was after this where the game would go from pretty good to absolutely insane. With 2:09 left in regulation, Cameron Berg scored on a net-mouth scramble to tie the game for the first time since it was 0-0. Just 13 seconds later, Don Kemp sent a pass to Daniil Gushchin from the seat of his pants where the Russian forward whistled a nifty spinorama shot that gave the Lumberjacks the improbable lead. Just when you thought the game was over, 48 seconds after that, Griffin Ness redirected a point shot that gave him the hat trick and his 5th point of the game. This crazy contest would go to OT. It didn't last very long, however, as 13 seconds into the extra session, Wyatt Shingothi scored the game winner on a big scramble in front, assisted by, guess who? Griffin Ness. The helper gave Ness his 6th point of the game as he was a factor on all 6 Hawks goals. Last week went as unexpected as you can imagine. The standings took a turn because of it, so now it's time to look at the standings. Chicago entered the weekend on a 13-game winning streak and played the struggling Rough Riders for 2 games. Cedar Rapids came away with 2 big wins and got them back into the playoff conversation. The Steel saw their big lead over Dubuque shrink a bit, but still have a nice stranglehold on the top spot in the East, but only lead Waterloo by 2 points for the Anderson Cup. Green Bay is all the way up to the 4 seed with a 6-game point streak. In the West, it remains pure chaos. Sioux Falls has climbed out of their hole from the beginning of this season and are in contention for a playoff spot. From Tri-City in the 2 spot to Sioux City in the 8th, there is only a 10-point difference. Anything can happen in the West. Tonight, the Buccaneers take on the Fighting Saints in Dubuque. 2 teams that love to score goals will certainly play to an entertaining affair. Add the fact that both teams need the points in the standings, and this one will be a good one. Fargo is in Green Bay for a 2-game set this weekend. The Force need points to keep up with the craziness in the Western Conference, and Green Bay looks to stay hot and build on their 6-game point streak. Well, that's all I got for this week's episode, so until next week, I'm Chris Treft, and this was The U Show.